in the legal system today, they carved out a very small area for grandparent relative visitation. The way they did that is there's a constitution which gives parents autonomy to parent as they wish. And the state and government will not interfere with that parenting unless it's essential to the welfare of the minor child to remove them from that parenting. Otherwise, the state can't come in your door and tell you how to parent your children. So it was very difficult for the state to come up with a way that they could come in your door and tell you, the parent, that the grandparents are going to have visitation over your objection. And that's why the drafting of the law was so difficult. And when they drafted the first California round of legislation regarding grandparent visitation under Family Code 3104, and they put all these hoops that a grandparent would have to go to, that there's a relationship that is deteriorating between the parents, and that the grandparents are the most supportive people during that time. If children are going through a divorce and the family's separating, they wanted a place where the grandparents, who are still there for the children, could be there during that process, and that neither parent could exclude the grandparents. So that's one way the grandparents could get in the door. Another way was if only one parent objected to the grandparent visitation, then the grandparent could join the parent that agreed with the visitation and ask the court for visitation. But what was happening, and this happened in Susan's case, is that the child created a bond with grandmother, and that was a loving, natural, wonderful bond. And then the parents split up. And after a period of time, the mother remarried, and the new husband adopted the child. And the way the law was written is that completely severs your rights as a grandparent, because your lineage is severed. The father of the child, his rights were terminated, and the new stepfather adopted the child and became the father. Therefore, there was no grandmother in that case. And the mother of the stepfather would be replaced in that position. So what Susan set out to do is to determine what would need to change in the law so that an adoption would not sever a grandparent's rights to visitation with a child she had developed a bond with. And I'm proud to say that's exactly what Susan's done. And now all grandparents will benefit from the fact that they could have a 4-year, 5-year, 10-year relationship with their grandson, and the acts of the parents will not be allowed to sever that relationship.